Man, it's hard to believe I've had my Model 3 for 6 months. It's a 2023 Tesla Model 3 standard range, rear-wheel drive, with lithium iron phosphate battery chemistry. If you haven't watched my 3-month review first, I highly recommend watching that first because this review builds on that. And also stick around to the end of the video for a special giveaway, my first. So my use case for my Model 3 differs from most other people's in that I heavily use mine for camping and adventuring year-round, as much as I can. I've been on a total of 4 camping trips with the car so far. The first 2 were covered in the 3-month review. The first new camping trip was a winter camping trip where I went to test out my DIY electric snowboard, and that's where I almost got my car stuck in the snow for a 3rd time. Thankfully, I was able to self-rescue. And the second one was just a 2-night spring camping trip out in the rain. At the time of writing, I have 9,762 kilometers on the odometer. And like I said in my last review, I charge about once, maybe twice a week, and it's all supercharger because I don't have an outlet at home anywhere in my apartment building that I can charge at. The only time I'm not supercharging is if I'm at a mall, plugging into a level 2 charger, or if I'm at a campsite, plugged into a level 1 charger. So I actually did measure my degradation. I have 430 kilometers remaining out of my 438 kilometers that the car started out with, which works out to be a 1.83% battery degradation. Now, keep in mind with LFP batteries, the degradation is the worst in the first year. Pretty soon, it's going to level off and be very minimal every year going forward. When I'm on the highway, I've been using autopilot quite heavily, and it's mostly been behaving itself, but I still get phantom braking somewhat frequently. It's not too harsh in the braking, but you do need to be attentive and be ready to hit the accelerator should it start doing that. Basic autopilot actually works better in really bad weather than I thought it would. There was one night where I was driving home in some really bad rain to the point where I couldn't make out the lane markings on the highway, and autopilot actually could see the lane markings and was probably safer for me to be in autopilot than me actually driving. So this is the first warm season that I've had the car, and I'm not noticing that I need to charge it less than in the winter. I'm sure there was some range loss in the winter, but not enough to be noticeable to me having to go and charge the car less. Okay, so I keep all of my charging equipment in the frunk, and I had a company called Tesloid reach out to me, and they offered to send me one of their Model 3 frunk bags for free. There are 2 modules that are form-fit to the shape of the Model 3 frunk. Each one has a shoulder strap so you can carry it around, and it's really helping me keep all my charging equipment nice and organized in the front. Well, prior to this, I had actually previously purchased stuff from Tesloid. As a matter of fact, my floor mats are from there, and I accepted this product sponsorship because I actually like the company. I like the things that they sell. They're the first company to help support the channel. They make some really good stuff, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would show them some love. Link in the description. They make stuff for all Tesla models. I highly suggest going and checking out everything they have to offer. So as for expenses and maintenance, because 97% of my charging is supercharging and it's roughly on par with gas right now, I've only saved $167 in gas over the course of owning the car. But I don't own it for saving on gas. That's just an added benefit. If I was able to charge at home, that savings amount would be a lot bigger. It would only cost me a few bucks to charge up the car. So I still haven't gotten the damage to my rear passenger side door and the quarter panel fixed. I had started the process with one body shop, and then after the initial quote got approved, they just completely ghosted me, and my insurance company actually got a hold of me like, yo, did you get this thing fixed yet? Because they haven't been answering our emails. I'm not a fan of how they handled the quote in the first place, so I'm gonna start the process over with a new body shop, this time one that's actually recommended by the insurance company. So damage is still there, but yes, I'm actively trying to get it repaired. And I haven't noticed any impact to my range from having that weird dent there, but hey-ho. 6 months in, I don't have any maintenance or repair costs yet. The only thing that I'm expecting is I'm going to get a set of winter tires once the winter season comes, because I learned my lesson from last year. The longer we own this car, the more me and my wife love it. Even having to go out of our way 5 minutes down the road to go to a supercharger and charge, we don't find that to be an inconvenience, and we lead pretty busy lives, like everyone else. In fact, she always opines whenever I take the Model 3 to go on a camping trip to make a video. And our love for the Model 3 is so much that we actually traded in our other car, a 2013 Mazda 3 hatchback, for another EV. And the reveal video for that is coming soon. So we are now a fully EV family. We don't own any gas cars anymore. It's wild to think that I've bought the last tank of gas and gotten the last oil change that I ever will for the rest of my life. And I have the first long road trip coming up with the Model 3, driving all the way from roughly Toronto to Halifax. So stay tuned for that. I promised you guys a giveaway. Tesloid actually also sent me a set of frunk bags for a Model Y. To enter, all you have to do is comment the strangest place or the strangest way you've ever charged down in the comments. You have exactly 1 week from the published day of this video to enter, at which point the winner will be randomly picked. From here, the next check-in will be 1 year of ownership, and then yearly from there. And if you guys want to see all the outdoor adventures I get up to with my EVs, click the card.